what the chair do. Which of these hero attributes does not? We're using the does not line of phrasing, are we? Does not exist. Well, I'm pretty sure one of these does not exist. I think the one that doesn't exist might be speed. Might be. Which of these upgrades is associated with the Night Elf race? I almost managed to speak that. Okay. So one of these belongs to the Night Elf. The one that it is the upgrade for glaive throwers. Vorpal blades. Which of these heroes comes from Altar of Storms? Well, one of those is a neutral hero. Another own. That's human. That's Night Elf. And Altar of Storms is Orc, which is a troll shadow hunter. Chicken Tundays. Thank you very much there.
Number 3. Pick number 3, my lord.
Pick it. Which of these abilities requires adept research to become usable? Okay. Which one could it be? Could it be Fairy Fire? Could it be Invisibility? 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 This is a trick question, because the only answer here is invisibility, but because it's spelt wrong, it means that it can't be invisibility. So I have to pick something else. So it must be purge. What are the requirements to train necromancers? Undead. That's the requirement. Well, which one of those is definitely undead? What are the requirements to train necromancers? I feel like this is almost a trick question. It is Halls of the Dead, but if you lost your Halls of the Dead, you can still build necromancers if you have a Temple of the Damned. It's Temple of the Damned is technically required to build them. And you get that with Halls of the Dead. Wait, what are the undead things? You got Necropolis, Halls of the Dead, and then the third one, Chamber of Secrets. Black Temple. So I think it's Halls of the Dead. You shouldn't need a Tomb of Relics to get Necromancers. You need a Tomb of Relics to get Obsidian statues, but not Necromancers. Is this... Am I going to get screwed here? I feel like I'm going to get screwed here in a second. Oh, I did get screwed! That is BS! That is an absolutely rigged question. You can't build Necromancers without a Halls of the Dead. Because you need the Halls of the Dead to get a Temple of the Damned. Stylo, your line of questioning is so bad, man. Alright, let's see, shall we? Watch me build a temple. Watch me build a Necromancer. Here we go. I'm going to build a Necromancer for everyone in chat. Ready? I'm going to build a Necromancer with nothing, alright? So we're just going to play as undead. We're going to start from the very scratch.
I wish only.
Alright, so in order to get Necromancers, we need... Oh, you need a Halls of the Dead and a Graveyard. Oh. Well, that's a pickle, isn't it? I guess I won't be able to build Necromancers with nothing. That's so stupid, that question. Like, I actually understood what you were trying to do there, and even then I thought, no, that's a bad idea, because you also gave an answer. If you didn't have Halls of the Dead as an answer, that would have been maybe okay. But you do actually need Halls of the Dead to get access to Necromancers. No, I'm not putting the hotkeys on for you. The problem with questions like that is you don't know whether they're like designed to be trick questions, or are you actually legitimately asking, do you need a Halls of the Dead to get them? Yes, you actually do. The question stands correct. No, it don't. The question is dumb. I even saw through it, and I still thought it was dumb. Because I thought, no, I understand that technically you can get away with having the ability to train Necromancers without a Halls of Dead, but at the same time you wouldn't do that. You just... That's such a niche mentality to have, is how often do you lose your Halls of the Dead and still be in a... It's dumb. It is dumb. That's a dumb question, man. You forgot you also require food, gold, lumber. Yeah. You do. It is dumb. Because it's not a legitimate answer. It's a trick question. Which of these buildings is not a tier 3? Let me guess, the Halls of the Dead. That's such a dumb question. That was level 5 as well. Your questions had been okay up until that point, and then you start pulling out trick questions. You can't have trick questions in something like this where you've only got one shot out of 15 choices. Which of these upgrades is associated with the Orc race? Thorium armor, perhaps? See, The way Stylo's logic works is he'll ask you a question like, how many sleeves does a t-shirt have? 2, 3, 4, 5. The actual answer is 4, because this is a sleeve and that counts as a sleeve. That's the problem. Sleeves are only for arms. I could put this around my arm and still count it as a sleeve. That's the problem. Which of these units benefits from advanced creature carapace upgrade? So that's a frostworm. Which of these heroes come from a tavern? Or come from tavern? Which of these map creators cannot coherently string together a sentence? I just don't like being robbed, you know that. And that was robbed. Which of these abilities can be used as a source of mana replenishment? Right, so by Stylo's logic, troll regeneration is actually an answer here. Because if the trolls regenerate naturally, the Shadow Hunter doesn't have to heal them, therefore saving himself mana. And replenishing mana from saving it. Which of these abilities can be used as a source of mana replenishment? Essence of Blight. Ah, Essence of Blight is the heal. I don't know their names. I just was confident that that was the one that did the mana. Essence of... what's it called? At least I lost fairly that time. Essence of... I know the picture. It's blue. I can't remember what it's... yeah, it's C. Essence of... something? Like... corruption? It wouldn't be corruption. Essence of blue. Essence of... I still can't even think of what it is. What would it be? A mana replenishment. It's not Essence of Spirit, is it? He uses the C hotkeys, so... Spirit Touch. Oh, Spirit Touch, and the C is the part of touch. Ah. How many different units you can train in Temple of Damned, Ancient of War, and Human Barracks combined? I'm going to do this quickly then. I need to actually see the question again though to reiterate my answer. Rudely took a question away from me. So, Temple of the Damned, that should be Necromancer and Banshee. Ancient of War is free, so that should be 5, and Human Barracks is free again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sneeze. So 3, 3, and 2, 6, 8. Should be 8. I was actually thinking I might get that wrong though. Which of these hero attributes does not exist? What the hell is perception anyway? There's no ability in the game called perception. Not even a night elf ability. Which of these upgrades is associated with the human race? Perception is a World of Warcraft thing, yeah, for human racial. 2-minute cooldown in order to see any stealth characters for up to 15 seconds, I think. Human race. Which of these upgrades is associated? Magic Sanctuary. Which of these units benefit from Unholy Armor upgrade? The Abomination. Temple of the Damned. Should be human here. Which of the 4 races' primary structure does not require lumber? That's a lumber mill, only costs 120 gold. I can't think... I mean, a war mill doesn't require lumber to be built. What's the primary structure? Oh, Necropolis for undead. Picking up which of these items would provide a level 3 alchemist with the lowest mana increase? Well, that's not going to be the answer. The mana stone gives the least. Hood of Cunning is agility and intelligence, and Tome of Power will give you at least 2.5 intelligence, maybe. This map is trash, Erdnot. Which of these items belong? Oh, here we go again. Stylo, could you determine what purchasable is? Because you can technically buy any of these from a marketplace if it drops from a creep. Rod you can purchase from the shop. So I guess Rod, because it's technically the only one you can buy. Well, buy as a default. But again, like, I can't feel like I'm safe doing a map like this because Stylo has such messed up logic. Getting ready for this one to be wrong somehow. Just about made it through there. I've almost got as much APM as a 4 versus 4 RT player. Which on the melee map, Twisted Meadows, which of these neutral creeps is not present? I'll let you guys decide, but I know the answer to this one. Present in any of the creep camps. Thank goodness. It sucks when you're human fighting against this one. Okay. So, Ogre Magi's at the gold. Knoll Wardens like the middle orange spots, 4 aside. Rock Golems at the mercenary camps or the Goblin laboratories. Murloc Nightcrawler does not exist. How? What? So many of you got that wrong. That's crazy. Damn, you guys really are bad at melee. Holy shit. You didn't get any of it right. I'm gonna ban you. See, and you're sort of like criticizing me, and then you all get it wrong. What is the percentage multiplier for siege damage attacking unarmored? Oh, I don't know that. Although I think it would be high, because unarmored should take extra, if anything. Unless that's the old way Reign of Chaos did it. I would think it's 150. Unarmored. So siege does bugger all damage. Wait, hang on a second. Maybe it's 100 because maybe it's where siege only does... But no, it's not. Because I was going to say it's one of those cases where only siege does damage to fortified. But dryads take a ton of damage if they ever get hit by siege. And I don't think that's just pure damage because the catapult hits for a lot, for example. I think it's... they take bonus damage from it. I don't know it for sure, though. But I'm absolutely... I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain. Siege damage attacking unarmored. It must do. It must do 150. I don't think it's a flat 100. It's only the tooltip that makes me think, oh, it's like, it only does bonus damage to 4 or 5, but... I'm gonna go over 150. It has to, because I mean, sorceresses and stuff like they got unarmored. Priests got unarmored. If you get hit by like a mortar team or a, you know, a demolisher once, you're practically dead. And those things have like 300 to 400 health, so it has to be like 150. There it is. Don't forget about the helpers. Well, you all got that question wrong earlier. How many different golem type of units you can encounter in melee against? Oh no. Because I got it wrong about the succubus. Is this one of those ones where it's all of the golems that are actually... Again, I don't know how to interpret this. In melee games. For example, the siege golem. I think it does exist in market. Isn't the siege golem the dude in the corners? Or is he a battle golem? I think he's a battle golem. Basically, you got mud golem, rock golem, granite golem. Those 3 are guaranteed in melee games. Absolutely guaranteed. Like Amazonia and stuff like that. But I don't know whether you'll count in Amazonia and stuff like that. But even then, the granite golem is in Twisted Meadows now because they got rid of the dragons. So that's 3 there. Then you've got like the shitty metal golem, battle golem type thing. Then you got like the medium-sized version of it. And then you've got a big version. But again, I don't know if there's ever a map that has a big version of those other than potentially Market Square. So that's then 6. So I would think it's 6, because I can't think of that many more golems other than that. Other than like the siege golem that's in the campaign. Flesh golem, that's the one. Sorry, I was thinking of. It's like a flesh one. Ask a friend, maybe. Where is sexy time? I think Grubby's probably taking Logan for a walk right now at the moment. Infernals? Golem type of units. I mean, the Infernal uses like the Golem skeleton in terms of its aesthetic looks, but I don't know if it's classified as a Golem. Sexy Time says 6. I think it's 6 because, like I say, I can only count 6, and I don't think Infernal counts. I don't think the Siege Golem exists in melee games. If it does, it's in some weird map that I never play. Stylo, I don't want to necessarily cheat, but does Infernal... Yeah, does Infernal count as a golem, using your logic? It does exist in a new 4 vs 4 map, but that's a 4 vs 4 map. I don't think Stylo's aware of that one, that's the problem. That one's on Warfree Champions, North Marsh Ruin. And yeah, I think that creature's at like the top right of the map or something. Infernal doesn't count. Stylo, are you counting the maps from Warfree Champions or not? He says no. So it should be 6. I could do 50-50, but really it should be 6. He counts default melee game data. Wait, yeah, but is that going to count Siege Golem then? You say in melee game. I'm thinking about melee games that you can actually play. So I don't know. It's tough questions like that. Because there's so many different ways to interpret them. For how long an organic corpse remains on the ground before it disappears? I've answered this one ages ago. Not necessarily during this quest. Oh, this quiz. Now that's weird. Because my answer is 90 seconds. There's a 92 and an 88. So does that mean that it doesn't technically, it like lasts up to 90 seconds, but it kind of disappears like 2 seconds before the 90 seconds is up? Because I think it would be more likely to disappear before the 90 seconds than to last 2 seconds longer. Because the creature has to die first, and then it takes like a couple of seconds before the corpse even appears. And that would probably be like, then 88 seconds until it disappears. I think it's 88 personally. But because we've got so far, we'll just do 50-50 to increase the chance of at least getting one more question further. Well, I can do ask the chat. Let's do a poll. 92. What's the answers? 105, 72, 88. Let's just move that over here for now. Don't ask the chat. The chat won't know at all. No, they won't. But we'll find out. So at the moment, you can't really see that. There we go. Pull it down to there. I mean, look, basically the answer is 90 seconds. But then it comes down to how you interpret what 90 seconds is. Is it the 2 seconds that you have to wait for the mob to die before producing... Like, you kill a critter, it falls over, then it takes like at least a second to probably 2 seconds in this case, before a corpse appears. And then that corpse will then last 88 seconds to make it up to 90 seconds from when the creature died. That's how I'm looking at it. But if the corpse basically appears and then lasts 92 seconds, that's really weird, because that means it's 94 seconds. 2 seconds for the creature to die and then produce the corpse. And then 92 seconds after the corpse. Alright. Yeah, that's because I got display capture down there. Go with your gut. Well, that's my gut was 90 seconds. So that's the problem. I can either just try 88 seconds, and if it goes through, then I've got 50-50 for the next question. Or I can just do 50-50 now and then be kind of screwed. Almost definitely trying to get to 15. Sexy said 72. I'd be surprised if it was 72. Plus Sexy Time plays a night elf. He doesn't know. For how long an organic corpse remains on the ground before it does a... Well, no. I've always remembered it in my head. 90 seconds. That's always been the number I remember. I remember that from the early days. I don't know when. I think I just got it from like the website. 90 seconds. And it's always stuck with me. So if this question comes up, I just know the answer like immediately. That is 90. But I don't know 88 or 92. That's what I think. Yeah. 90 seconds. 2 from dying animations to 88. I want to save the 50-50. Because the 50-50 could still be these two anyway. And I'm definitely leaning way more towards that. 92 just seems wrong. There it is. Yeah. So maybe whoever I heard it from just sort of ruled it down or up to 90. But it was always 90 from what I remembered. Which of these abilities deals least amount of single target damage to summon units? So which of these abilities does the least? I think Dispel Magic is like 250. Disenchant's got to be like 250 as well, right? Detonate would do the least. Devour Magic, I have no... Again, I'm not very experienced with undead. Because they're boring. This is why I didn't get the Destroyer question earlier about Devour. Replenishing mana. Detonate. Detonate is like... Well, that got nerfed recently. I think it used to do like 50 damage, then it's like 40 now. Devour Magic, though, that's got to do way more than 40 damage. Even 50 damage. Devour Magic... If someone does Devour Magic on my Water Elementals, Even the level 1, it normally takes like a good chunk out of them. Like at least 175 health. So I would really think detonate is the answer here. But of course, by Stylo's logic, it says summoned units. So if there was multiple summons... Nah, even then, these are all AoE abilities. So yeah, it should be detonate. Least amount of single target damage to summon units. Yeah, it has to be. Devour magic. So undead... The destroy ability is absorb mana, which it does on statues, basically, or anything else. Devour is what it uses to sort of offensively dispel. So it has to be detonate. It has to be. No, I can't imagine Devour doing less than 50 damage, because I've seen... The fuck? I've seen it against my water elementals. It does tons. It takes a whole chunk out of them. Right, this is rigged. Detonate cannot possibly do 225. A wisp... 160 gold wisp is worth 225 mana. Hell no. That would be OP as hell. So Devour... Oh wow, they have Orb of Annihilation as well. I forgot about that. It's 160 damage.
Well, you require my assistance? What is it now? You require my assistance? Well, perfect. Whatever. Get on with it. I can hardly wait.
I can't believe that. Damn. That's really overpowered. I had no idea. I thought they always just did 50 damage. And now 40 damage in this way. Like 40 to your mana or 40 to a summon or something like that. So for 60 gold. Damn. Night Elf. They are so overpowered, man. They are so OP. That is crazy. Because this is what they do. In the mid to late game, Night Elf players will basically get 5 or 6 wisps against like a human army and just run them into the caster group. And now the human, even if he's playing well, will only probably realistically be able to kill 2, maybe 3 of them, but most likely only 2 of the wisps. And then you've got 4 wisps doing like 225 fucking summon damage each, as well as like draining 160 mana from like everything.
What is it now?
That is OP, man.
Well,
What the hell? There should be like an upgrade or something for Wisp to do that much. That shouldn't be like a base amount. That should be like, they should do like 125 damage to summon units maybe. And then it's upgraded in the Tree of Life or something to do 225. That's a lot for how easy it is to just blow it up.
you require my assistance?
It's a worker, bro. Yeah, I know. But the way melee games work, particularly 1 versus 1, is Night Elf do get to a point where they can effectively use those wisps. Because they get to the point where they've upgraded and they've researched bears and they don't need the lumber quite so much anymore, so they can offensively use it. It's a bit like how orcs will offensively use peons as part of their army, because they've done most of the research they need to do. So they've got peons as part of their group. Yeah. So if the Night Elf player can just go, you know, whack a whole bunch of those out, and this is what I'm talking about. As a human player, this is what normally happens. You got like this, that, you got multiple summons.
Get on with it. Well? Well?
And then you just come along and you're like, howdy doody. How's it going? Don't mind if I do. Look, that was only 2 wisp detonates and it's already got rid of all of their mana. Right.
We're under attack.
That is OP. I think we should get Night Elf nerfed. If we've learned anything from this, Night Elf need to be nerfed even more. Alright, there you go. Thanks for watching.